Well, hello. Welcome to Luminess. Today we are doing Wake Up and Airbrush with a few different options. We are going to be talking about options and looks for transitioning into your summer glow and tan look. What is the easiest way with the products that you have? What is the best way? How can we make that happen? It's just going to be a fun time where we do a couple of demos. We're going to use a couple of products. I'm going to show you the quickest, easiest way to do that. And then I'm going to remove it all. And I'm going to show you how to do it with our Breeze Duo system. We have a lot of customers that are jumping on the bandwagon for our Airbrush Spray Foundation, for our Airbrush Veil, for our new Airbrush, foundations that are in the can. But we also have some great customers that have already purchased the Breeze or the Breeze Duo. And so I'm going to show both. Hey, G, it's good to see you. So glad you made it. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for coming in for today's demo. Go ahead and show some love, give some likes, follow, share, all of the good stuff. Oh, love. And so go ahead and come on in. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what you're talking or what you've got as far as your Luminess products. And then we are going to talk about how to transition into your summer color and it not look crazy while still keeping with the trend of skin is in. So if you don't know, sometimes one of the most challenging looks that you can create, especially as a makeup artist, is creating a natural skin fresh look. And it's easy to have a makeup look. You slap makeup on, you got makeup look. Double-headed brush is the holy grail. Yes, G, you are right. It's a great brush. Oh, Jeannie, welcome. So good to see you, Jeannie. So one of the things that we are talking is we are going to talk about transitioning into our summer color, how to do that and it not look kind of crazy. And I am very fair. So when I transition into a summer color, it can look a little crazy if I go too far or too heavy. So how do we do that with the products that we have? I'm going to show you the fast, easy way with the Airbrush Spray Veil. Then I'm going to show you how to do it with the Duo. And again, it not look crazy and still going with that skin is in glow look and not heavily makeuped. And so it's easy to do a heavy makeup look. That's why it trended so fast on Instagram, because doing a natural look, and you can talk to any makeup artist, having a natural polished skin look is challenging because you have to work the skin and not necessarily heavy in the coloring or the pigmentation. But Luminess has gotten some great products for that. And so we are going to do that today. Okay, so just disclaimer, no filter on here. So you're getting the real, true, raw, unedited view of it. 2, I'm over 50. So if you're asking if it will work with aging skin, absolutely. And 3, I am going to show a couple of different ways to do this so that you will have options. So go ahead, come in, comment, say hi, like, share, show some love. Don't leave me out here hanging, talking to myself, please. Hello, Angela. You are over 60. Yes, ma'am. Let's go. I'm talking all of the Gen Zers. Come on out to play. Or Gen Xers. It's Gen Xers. Sorry, guys. I've been on TikTok too long. Anyway, are there certain colors that you go with on the summer tones? Good question, Jeannie. So as far as colors on eyeshadow and lipstick, I always stick to my pinks because, well, I'm kind of a pink girl. But you get to wear what works for you and what you like and love. We're going to really talk about foundation colors and how to change the foundation and the skin toning of your skin while still letting your skin show through and have that natural look. So those are what we're going to talk about. We're going to do a quick tutorial with the airbrush veil. Then I'm going to remove it all, and we're going to use the Breeze Duo to do the same demo and show you that. Another disclaimer. I already have my lashes on. I didn't want to take the time to mess with that. So the only thing that is on my face is lashes. Angela, what color would I recommend if you're Asian? It is really going to depend. Angela, here's my question. Do you already have a color? That is, one of the questions we have. If you're already a Luminess customer and you've already done a color match, I'm fixing to tell you my recommendation for summer and how that plays out. And it's also going to depend on whether you're using the Airbrush veil or what formula you're using, whether it's the veil or whether it is the Airbrush spray foundation or whether you're using the Duo. So Angela, give me a little bit more information and I'll do my best to help you out as we go. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do kind of a no makeup look. And it be polished and put together and pretty, but we're going to transition into summer colors. You use both the spray and the Duo. Okay, so take a listen, Angela, and I'm going to tell you how to determine your color on that. So we're going to do the spray foundation formula, and we're also going to do the Breeze Duo formula. That way we hit everybody. We hit if you have the Breeze, because the Breeze Duo is so versatile. We've got to go ahead and talk about that. But then this is the quick and easy that they're coming out with for those that don't want to have the diversity of the Breeze. Okay, so first things first, you know what I'm going to do. You know that this is one of my favorite products that we have, and it is the Airbrush Spray Primer. And so because I am going to use the veil for my transition color, I'm going to use the primer that goes with it, because when you're doing a no makeup look or you're doing a skin highlight look, in other words, the skin is highlighted and not the makeup. There's a difference when you can look at a person and go, oh, your makeup is so pretty. The makeup is highlighted at that point. When someone looks at you and goes, oh my gosh, your skin looks amazing, then your skin is highlighted. So what we're doing is we are highlighting the skin more than we are the really good makeup look. Okay. So that comes down to a couple of things. That is, one, take care of your skin, people. Use some skincare. Hydrate, exfoliate. People forget to exfoliate. Taking the dead skin cells off is important. And so I'm going to hydrate my skin as much as possible, plump it up, hydrate it up, give it as much help as I can, because I don't want to give any heavy coverage. I want polished coverage. Okay. So Airbrush veil. This is sheer to light coverage. If I need more, then I can use the Airbrush spray foundation. But if I'm transitioning, say I'm tanning all of this and I'm transitioning my face into my tanner look, this veil, the Airbrush veil, is going to be the best product for that transition. And the reason that's going to be is because it's literally going to sheer over your natural skin and make it much easier to transition and blend your natural skin into that darker summer skin. Now, I don't have dark summer skin. You can tell I just have some redness to my skin. But if I go and I put on a tan, or if I do a bake or whatever I'm going to do, then I'm going to need to transition this, because I'm definitely not going to tan my face, even if my body gets tan. And you can see my body is a little bit deeper than my face. Normally, I wear a 20 to a 30. So if you would ask me during winter months or just in general what my color is, I'm going to say 20 to 30. That's my range. 20 leans into the fairness of my skin. And 30 leans into the warmth of my skin, giving me a little bit more of a golden look. Now, I say it's a golden look. It would be what I would consider my tanner look, but I want to show you how you can go into a true tanning look and it work. So please hear me out. The transition is different for this and this. Okay. We are literally talking the Airbrush Veil Tinted Moisturizer that has a sheer coverage. So my color is normally 20/30, right in there somewhere. I am going to bump it up to a 50. Now, hear me. If I were to put a 50 on my face in the Airbrush Spray Foundation, or if I was to put a 50 on my face in the Silk, it would be awful because there's too much coverage. But what I'm wanting to do is tint and veil my face with some warmth that looks like my tan that maybe I have here and the redness that I have here. So because it's so sheer, I can use up to 2 shades deeper than I am. Okay. And so that is the key and the kicker. The sheerer and the lighter the coverage, the darker you can go with that coloring. So this, I would use 2 shades. Okay. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that and I'm going to do 2 shades. And you can see, like when that first goes on, you can kind of see how it's a little bit deep and a little bit dark, but you'll also be able to see how it shears out. And you'll be able to see how it just warms that skin tone up. Jeannie says, my friend insists never exfoliated or moisturize. They both ask, why does everyone recognize me from past skin? Yes. Skincare is a rule that will keep you young, that will keep you looking fresh, give that glow to your skin, which that is really what is, this new trend that's in is that glow, not shiny, dewy skin, but a glow to the skin. And so wanting to take your skin first and foremost, take care of your skin because, well, your skin is what you have and that's it. And it is the base foundation for everything you place on it. Okay, so this is me putting on 2 shades deeper than my airbrush color normally. My normal color is between a 20 and a 30, but because I am wanting, and look guys, I have got to do this. I got to do my neck. If you will look now, my face matches my chest, but my neck is super white and pale. And that's because one, I pretty much don't have a neck. Let's just be honest. It's short. And don't forget your neck, especially in your skincare. That's where my age shows is in my neck because I did not take care of it as my skincare. But I am going to add a little bit of depth to my neck so that it'll just blend on down into my chest. So this is how we transition from our fair winter coloring into a deeper coloring for summer. We're going to take it and we are going to use a sheerer color that lets our skin show through, that lets that coloring come through, but we're going to tint it and make it warmer with that sheer coverage. So if you're using the Airbrush Spray formulas, whether it be the Airbrush Spray Foundation or whether it be the Airbrush Spray Tinted Moisturizer, you can go 1 to 2 colors deeper and that sheer out over. The sheerer you go, the deeper in the color you can go. So because this is a tinted moisturizer and very, very light, I went up to a 50. And I'm telling you, normally a 50 is a no-go. I would look like an Oompa Loompa if I used this in the full coverage or if I used this in the breeze. So it is very formula specific. The sheerer it is, the lighter you can go. The heavier the coverage it is, if it's a fuller coverage, then you need to back it down just a little bit and sheer it out. Okay, that is my answer for the Airbrush Spray Foundation. Angela, I'm coming at you real soon. Promise you with the Breeze Duo to let you know. Okay, so now I am going to just go ahead and I'm going to use the Airbrush Eraser. If y'all haven't tried that, give it a shot. And I am just going to take that coverage off. Now, again, remember, it's sheer and light, but it still is makeup. And so I want to make sure that you get a true read of what we're going to be doing with the Breeze Duo. And so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Jeannie, you would love all over face lightly. Give that go. Girl, yes, that is what we want. It is that lovely, beautiful glow that we're going with. And like 50% of that is skincare prep. You know that. The other 50% is strategic product to get the glow we are looking for. Andrea, how did my family make it out of the floods? You know what? We made it well. I actually live out in the country. I live about 40 minutes outside of Houston. And I live where there are large, like I have an oak tree farm on my land. And so the great thing about it is they pretty much sucked up a good portion of that water that came in. And so it was pretty good. Okay. It is taken off. You can see me. I am back to all natural in my fair self. And there is, look how great that removed that foundation. And yes, it is light and sheer, but it's still there. And so, and the great thing about that is my skin still feels hydrated. Andrea, by the way, thank you for asking and checking in on us. I really appreciate it. Did it hit you anywhere? Are you local to here? I cannot seem to remember if you're local. If so, let us know how it hit for you guys too. We do keep getting the, like we had a storm yesterday and it is taking out electricity in Houston. So I wasn't affected. Thank God. But so many people were with electricity out again. Okay. So that is the quickest, easiest way to get, I mean, if you're wanting quick, fast, one-stop shop, and you're going to go into a transition of going from winter coloring into summer coloring, the Airbrush Veil is your go-to because it is sheer. Oh, you're in Virginia Beach. Okay. Sorry. I forgot. It's been so long since I talked to you, Andrea. But the Airbrush Veil is going to be your go-to because it is sheer and you can go a couple of shades deeper and it'll always work with your tan and your depth. So I actually had on a 50. Never, ever, ever would I put a 50 in my Breeze. Okay. So now we're going to go over to the Breeze and we're going to do the same thing. How do we transition in the Breeze into our deeper coloring for the summer? There's a couple of different ways to do that. And I'm going to give you my way, and then I'm going to give you another way to do so and let you just kind of see that. So the way I'm going to do mine, so I told you I'm a 20 and a 30. Okay. 30 is really warm on me and it gives me a larger amount of coverage actually. And so I want to make sure that I have the coverage that is needed, but I also want to make sure that my skin comes through. And so in making sure that my skin comes through, I want to make sure that for some reason, it looks like my signal is down. So if it's looking a little blurry, you guys, I apologize. I'm not sure what is happening here. Okay, those technical things, right? Okay, so as my coloring, this right here is full pigment. This is full coloring. If you have the silk, it is a little bit sheerer than the rose formula. The rose formula is normally what I go to. I really like the rose. It is one of my favorite formulas that we have, and that's usually what I recommend to people. but the silk is great. It's a little bit sheer. So if I'm going deeper, I am going to go with the silk because it is sheer and will let my skin come through. Now, I want to do that skin glow, that what I call Bridgerton glow that is coming out and is so beautiful. As we talked about before, skin prep. Okay, thanks, Jeannie. Thank you for confirming that. Skin prep is key. And so my skin is prepped, and I went ahead and I removed it with the Airbrush eraser. And so it's still very hydrated. You can see the hydration, which is great. That's what we want. Now, you're using Silk 40. Okay, so I would only, if you're using the silk formula and you are going into a deeper summer formula, I would only go one shade up. And the reason I would only go one shade up is because you're going to want some coverage, but you're also going to want to sheer it out to let your skin be seen. And you can customize how deep and dark. So if you go one shade up and it's way too dark, then you can always pop a little more drops of your 40 in and it be just right. I don't think I would go 2 shades because that would put me, if 30 is my dark color. So if I went with my light color, which is 20, then maybe I would go to a 40. But 30 is my dark color. And so I would only go up and bring a 40 in, but I'm not this time. And let me tell you why I'm not. So yes, one shade, Angela, I would say if you're going into a deeper summer color, maybe the 50, or try this first if you already have it. I know that Heather, when she was here, loved Glow, and Glow gives that beautiful luminosity that we're talking about and that we're looking for in that real skin look, right? And I think that's beautiful, and it is a reflective tone. However, if you are using the Breeze, okay, then this is what you really get in your formula. Now, when you get it, you get your Breeze, you get 2 foundations, you get Love, and then you get a blush. I am going to show you how to deepen it with Love. And so I wear 30. So because 30 is so fair, Love actually is deeper. It's a little bit more red, and it's got luminosity in it of itself. So I am simply going to add Love as my first spray, and then I'm going to add it to my foundation. That is going to build that darker coloring without, in that transition, without it looking masky and heavy. I know that sounds so odd and so weird, but because this is an illuminator, it doesn't have a heavy colored pigment in it. It's got a reflective pigment in it. And because it has a little bit of color to it, it will deepen my fair color to that darker, and it make my skin glow as well as look that transition color deeper. Angela, Love will work for you if you're darker than a 30. Love will work in giving that luminosity. Love will work in giving that glow to it. Love will work in tinting it just a hair, but it won't deepen the color. So I would say take one shade up, add the Love to it, and then that will dilute that pigment to be sheerer and lighter with that luminosity in it. And I know these are a little bit more advanced, but I also know my ladies on Facebook who have been Luminess lovers for a long time, like Angela, Andrea, and Jeannie, know and love advanced things. And so we're going to talk about some more advanced things on Wake Up and Airbrush. Is there a difference tint between 30 and 40? Yes, 30 has a more of a golden tone. It is like a half a shade lighter, and 40 leans a little bit more into a pinker tone. And so, yes, there's a little bit of a difference in that. And you can mix them to get your neutralized peachy tone if you wanted to. Okay, so I just put Love in here, and the reason I did that is because I want that extra glow to my skin, and I'm deepening my skin tone because Love has a little bit of tint to it, not a lot, just a little. I mean, see, it's got a color. And so I'm going to go ahead and just put that all over. Jeannie, you have been loving Luminess for 5 years. We love that you love Luminess. Such a great thing. Thank you for sharing. And I love that you've been around for so long. Okay, so all I did was add some love to my face. I just want to have that little extra luminosity. Now I'm going to go in with my Silk in my 30. Now this for me is my darker color. So whatever your darker color would be. And when I say darker color, I mean a color that works with your skin tone, but maybe it's a little darker than your skin tone. But when you put it on, it looks good. It's just a little deeper. You've been using Glow after foundation. So Angela, try a couple of things. Try one, using it before your foundation, depending upon how heavy you wear your foundation. If you wear your foundation sheer, try it before. Two, try mixing it in with your foundation and see how that works for you. Okay, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to put my drops in here. No, I did not count them, guys. So don't ask me how many drops I put in. Sorry, I'm just used to going and putting it in there. And then I am going to add my love in there to kind of dilute it out a little bit and deepen it a little bit, because for me that glow has a little bit of pink to it, and so that'll add that kind of sun-given look to it. And then of course y'all know the basics, right? 4-finger whisk away and barely pulling back on that trigger. And so again, the basics are you barely pull back, and you can go 3 to 4 times of what I call trips around the world. We all know our brain and our minds, that is our little world. Everything comes from there. And so that is. So Angela, Glow would be a great option, although Glow will probably lighten your color just a bit. And so you may want to go ahead and go with that deeper color to see how it works for you. The reason I chose Love, and this is because I'm fairer. Love will deepen my color just a little bit, not necessarily lighten my color, where I have found sometimes Glow can lighten it just a little bit, because we're doing that summer depth and darkness to kind of blend. And I'm going to do my neck because I told y'all I have a pretty white neck, right? And I still have color in my well. Okay, I think that's about it. Yep, that looks like that's about it. So I'm going to give that time to do its thing. I'm going to go ahead like I normally would and just brighten up right under my eyes, because concealer is a thing. Hey, Jenna, good to see you. So glad you came in to say hi. Happy Wednesday to you too. Okay, so I'm coming in and just kind of giving that little bit of brightness under my eyes. Even though I'm going to deepen and do that transition into a summer color, I'm still going to want to brighten around my eyes to give the overall coverage that I am wanting. Alrighty. Okay, so so Silk gives a sheer coloring. I've kind of tinted my face. Thank you for the love, Jenna. Thank you. I'm gonna give it back. So Silk gives a sheer coverage. So I have deepened the coloring on my face for my summer color. And it kind of, when you add love and you're fair to a 30, it deepens it deeper than maybe a 40. And so because I've sheared it out, it's going to give like that tinted veil effect that the tinted moisturizer gave that we did at the very beginning. So this is quick to the point, get her done, go 2 shades deeper, you're good on that. If you have the breeze, you have the ability to customize it however you want. And this is how I customized it, by just doing that. So now I'm just going to come in to, if I am doing this as my summer look and we're doing that no makeup look, I'm going to come in and I'm just going to add a little bit of blush to it. And then tinted lip balm, because I already have my mascara on. We're going to call that good. And the one final step, let me put on my tinted lip balm. And the one final step that I really like to do, and that I do, it doesn't matter if I airbrush, it doesn't matter if I use traditional foundations, it doesn't matter what I do. I will come in with a buffer brush, which is just a flat, soft brush. You can see it's not too terribly stiff, doesn't have any makeup on it at all. And I will just do, if I'm contouring, if I'm bronzing, I'll put all that on. But today we're keeping it simple. We're doing what I call my summer transition glow, to where I am changing my face tone to match the summer color on my chest and my neck and all of those colors, to kind of glow up just a bit while still keeping it polished and skin looking. I'm going to come in and I'm lightly here. Lightly. We have come from a transition of beating your face. I mean, they literally called it a beat, to where they're pouncing their face. We don't have that much pigment to have to beat out, guys. We need to be kinder and gentler and easier on our skin. So I'm going to lightly, I'm just going to buff. And this is just like a final polishing, a final blending, a final activation of the pigmentation on the skin. It's just a softening of everything. And if I do it too hard, the pigment that I've placed on there will lift up. And so I'm not trying to move any pigment. I'm not trying to quote unquote blend. I'm trying to soften and just give that last little bit of a glow and a last little bit of a finesse to the skin. And it really is that simple. So if we are transitioning from winter coloring into summer coloring, there's several different ways you can do it with the products that you have from Luminess. You can get the Airbrush Veil, makes it super easy, super sheer, and you just go a shade or two deeper. Or you can pull up your Breeze. If you have your Breeze Duo, go a shade deeper in with your foundation color and sheer it out with either Love or Glow, depending upon how deep you are in coloring. I used Love because it actually deepens the color for me because I am so fair. But I don't want to look orange and I don't want it to look unnatural. I want it to just look like I have deepened my skin tone and added a little bit more color to it and it not look crazy. So that is our little tutorial on how to kind of transition through from the winter to the summer without like burning your face. let's not go tan our face. Your skin does have a glow. See, I love Love. I think Love has just enough reflection to look natural, to look healthy, but not look like dewy or like a glowy look. And so I have not tried it with Glow, but I am pretty sure I would like it with Glow. But this is my little tip and trick using the products that come with the Airbrush, with the Breeze Duo and that kit, because you get Love with that. And so I think just about everybody's got Love that they can just add to their foundation, and it adds that little bit of an extra glow. And just leaves it kind of flawless looking. Alrighty, friends, if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask. We are here to help answer your questions. We've got beauty experts available in a group called Luminess Live. You can come in there, ask your questions, post your photos, give inspiration. We've got chats you can be a part of. You can talk to our beauty experts on the phone. They've got a direct 1-800 line that is below in the link. And so please connect with us. Let us know, one, what you're using. What products do you have? What products are you loving? What products are you using? And two, what challenges are you facing that maybe we can help you out with and change things up a bit? So thank you guys so much for joining me on Wake Up and Airbrush. I'm so glad you're here, and I will see you next week. Remember, guys, the most beautiful thing you can do and the most beautiful attribute you can have is to be kind to yourself and to be kind to others.